All right, guys, so here's the next little project for the day. It's not too terribly bad of a job. It's pretty simple, actually. Um, this guy here is an auger that busted off these outer teeth. And you don't realize how valuable these carbide chunks are when you're drilling in some of this hard rock out here in Texas. What tends to happen is that you won't pay attention, or you won't notice that the tip of this will break off, and suddenly you do a few turns and it smears right off. So same thing happened over here, smeared them right off. And so what we will do is, I've got the replacement pockets. These are adapters, I guess, pockets. I call them pockets. But cut it out, put it on. Pretty straightforward process, and not too terribly bad. So stick around. Okay, so I got set up with my torch here. I really like this torch. It's very similar to Victor ST900FC. It's a Victor model. This one is the FlameTech model, similar 3-barrel style. Works great. So what I'll do here, let me see. I will try and make a cut within the body, of course, of this one, within the body of the material, so I don't have any issues with cutting through air gaps. Air gaps create problems and will throw you off when you're trying to cut through it. And so this is the back side of the pocket here. So I have to kind of mentally think of what angle this pocket is sitting at. So I can kind of tell right in this area here, that's the back edge of it. So I will shoot the jet in this direction, cutting this edge here, and hopefully it'll come off in one piece. And it's kind of hard to explain. It's more one of those things where you have to just see. So let me set you guys down nearby here with my fancy little stand, and let you guys check it out. All right. Okay. So it looks like a real bad mess, and it kind of is a mess. I need to get my needle scaler out so you can kind of see what I'm talking about when I cleaned it up. But I cut within the body of the adapter. So now what I can go back and do is do some fine trimming, cleaning up, fine tuning in a sense. And that way I can put it back in its original location without affecting the original parent metal. So let me clean that up with a needle scaler and I'll start to cutting again. Okay, so here we are, getting a little closer, but now you can kind of start seeing the separation line. That is weld material, that is the parent metal at the back. I already cut through the weld on the bottom half. You can feel a tiny little ledge, and you can also see the parent metal here, the original flighting, that. So I may leave some of this weld on here because that'll give me my distance and less to fill. It looks like a pretty decent clean metal. I'll touch up this area right here because that looks like a spot of dirt or inclusion of some sort. And if you saw the torch, you know, snapping and popping, it's because there's a lot of dirt in here. There's always dirt trapped in there. You never know how they get in there, but it does. Same thing here. You can kind of see that stuff in there. Looks like a pocket of more dirt. So I'm going to trim this up just a little bit more in this area, and you know, hopefully put it back where it went. Because one of the key things that you want to do when you're putting these pockets and these teeth back on is you want to ensure that it's pointed out far enough so that the carbide cuts just slightly bigger than the diameter, maybe a 1/4 inch or so, a 1/4 inch bigger than the diameter of this edge here, so that it cuts clearance. So I don't think they did that. I think the pocket was too straight and it wasn't cutting enough, so it just smeared it right off. Again, it's hard to explain, but I'll show you as I get a little closer. So let me keep trimming this up a little bit better. Okay, now that I got that cleaned up, if we look here, this turns out to be, it looks like the center stem to here is 11 3/4. And so my goal would be to put this guy to where this tooth points out to about at least 12, right at 12 mark. And I need to lean it outwards so that if this were to disappear or to come apart, that it would clear the side of this pocket so it doesn't wear it off. And so putting it like this, lean it out just a little bit. Look at that. There you go. Just like that. Put it at 12. And so when you put it too straight, what can happen is that once that guy is gone, it'll start smearing the side of this tooth. Oops, you're too high there. Start smearing the side of this tooth and start smearing the side of this adapter. So we need to point it out just a little bit. I may need to trim that a little bit better because I don't like that little guy sticking out right there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Boop. All right, let me touch that up. So all right, so this is it's pretty much the same process as the last side. This one here's wore out pretty good, so I'll have to figure out where the end of that is. I guess it starts right in here, so not too terribly bad. All right, let's keep going. Not bad. Looks like I got a lot closer to the original parent metal than the first one. So that's okay. Looks like this is a big hollow right here. All that darker stuff looks to be dirt. And this stuff back here looks to be like part of the pocket itself, the adapter. So again, let me start trimming back where I can find the separation line between the two. I may have already gone too far in this one right here, but we'll see. I mean, it really doesn't hurt anything. If I did, just create a new edge. But I'm gonna try and clean this up first because all that looks like it's just stuff that will get knocked out with the needle scaler. Here you can see all the little entrapped pockets of where dirt was filling it in. This is just well that poured in either from the top or from the bottom in between the gap. And same thing here. I mean, that's what you do. You hold it out, it's got a little bit of a gap where you bridge it, and this is what poured into between the two pieces. This here is a little rough. I need to clean that up a little bit more, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut all these things off right on this area here and cut that off because I don't really like it. It's gonna put me in a bad position because then I too will have to bridge a bigger gap when putting this thing back on, similar to what they did, but hopefully I can do that a little bit better or nicer. So clean up a little more. All right, so I got that cleaned up a little bit more. So now it's just a matter of putting this guy back on just like that. So I'll point this out a little bit, maybe add a little bit more bevel back here so it has enough to weld onto. Ouch, it's still hot. Weld onto, but things are looking really good at this point. So next thing is to trim it up a bit more, maybe clean that up. It doesn't really need it, but I may put some weld passes on there towards the end. We'll see. But let me put a little more bevel just so it hangs on a little bit better. Okay, so that's about as clean as I'm gonna get it. And now this piece will fit right in there the way it's supposed to, just like that. And so I think I'll do that next. I'm gonna tack it with a MIG welder. And I think I'm just gonna stick weld this thing. I hadn't stick welded in a while, so be some good practice, you know, gotta keep working on it and try and see how much I can weld in position. So around the front, on the sides here. So let's see how that works. All right. Okay. So you look here, they're kind of all along the same lines. Have a natural progression down like this. And I did some more measuring, and it looks like I was a little bit off on my measurement, so it needs to be 11 3/4. So it's really sticking close right there. Now I need to do the same thing to this side. So let me set that up. Yay! Excellent. So that's lined up pretty good there too. Looks real nice. Got the measurement we need from the center of the shaft to here, so that works really well. This here happens when the teeth spacing are a little bit off from the other side, one side to the other, and so sometimes you'll have this little section that's still kind of like a little tongue sticking out of here that helps support it and support this. But you weld it up around the corner, it'll be fine. It's not gonna break off. This one's not as pronounced as the other side, so that'll be fine too. So now those that will work. I'll hold those in place. Now I get to stick welding it. Okay, so we're going to be using this machine here. This is the HDP Invertig 400. Really neat machine. Looking forward to learning how to use it more. We're going to set this guy to, let's go with 117 amps. And settings, it has hot start 50%. I don't know. Let's try 25%. And arc force. I'm not too familiar with that. What's it got? What's it go up to? Holy smokes. I don't know. Let's go to 25. 25 and 25 sounds good. All right, 117 amps. I'm going to be using Excalibur 1/8 7018 rods. So let's give that a shot. Okay, so here's this last gap. I need to fill up. All the rest is looking all right. These are a little bit of a challenge. Whenever there's a gap, I like to do a little whip pattern of sorts. And you may not end up seeing too much because my other camera SD card didn't work anymore. I don't know what's going on. They don't like this heat, I guess. So I'll just explain to you and hopefully you can see from the results. So let's keep going. Okay, so that's about as good as it's gonna get, at least for this. Now I can turn this thing around and finish up the other half. Looking pretty good, and it's gonna do great. So let's get that rolled over. Okay, now that I got that turned around, you can see how much weld there is to put on there. It's a couple passes, maybe 2 or 3 passes, just to make sure it holds on. Same thing in there. Doesn't look so bad. All right, okay, that side's done there. Over here, looks like maybe a couple more passes on the other side, but that's all right. And same in there. So we're looking really good. A few stick welding passes right there and be done. Okay, well, let's get it finished up. Well, all right, that looks like it'll do it. Got these guys done. That one there. These inside ones are a little tougher because there's not much room right here, but you know, it's all right. It works. That one there. Same thing over here. This one's a little rougher. And you know, it's not so much about the welding, it's more so just about, you know, the process of replacing these things. So, you know, I say I'm not the best and not the worst, right? And it's, like I say, it's not really about how well you weld. It's more so about learning how to put these things together and the reasonings behind it. So, hope you guys dig it. And I know this thing will be digging soon. So, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys learned something. And we'll move on to the next little project, which is slightly related to this. So you may see that in a video coming up soon. Thanks a lot, guys. See ya.